speaking of meh,
Meh.
the Met Gala.
No.
You see what I did there?
Take
Met
that dad joke level energy. Yuck.
Gala. Because we ended it on meh, and then
No.
Met kind of sound.
You're explaining
It's the
it.
Met.
You're explaining
Gala.
it. Yuck. You're explaining your joke.
Met at
Oh
Gala.
gosh, you're going full dad joke.
Get
Full
it?
dad joke. You committed. You so thoroughly committed to the dad joke.
Yes. Yes. All right. We'll move on. Next.
Atrocious.
So the Met Gala also happened this past week, and the theme, as I had to dig hard and research, was supposed to be American fashion through the lexicon, or something to that effect.
What does that even mean?
I think that's what every star said, because
Do
what
they know
they gave us.
Do they know what a lexicon is? Because you can't just say American fashion through the definition of fashion. The definition of fashion, that's what a lexicon, you know what?
Yeah, I think everyone who received that thing was in the spirit of confusion, because none of these, well, I won't say none, but very few of these outfits gave me American fashion through the lexicon.
Through the lexicon. Through the lexicon. Like what? What is that?
Yeah,
a lexicon is like a collection of words that anyway.
I think everyone was confused. So they just wore your regular Oscars ball gowns with maybe a cowboy hat. It was
pretty nuts. It was pretty nuts. Everybody was kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I thought the camp theme had already been done. So then I was like, is this the it was almost like Hunger Games-ish, but without just cowboy themed. Like what?
It was giving Pan Am meets street fashion. I don't know what was going on.
I mean, that Kim Kardashian look, like with the all black.
The dementor?
What?
I was like, Harry Potter isn't even an American series. You missed the mark, ma'am.
You definitely did not complete the assignment. What's going on here?
Like,
oh my gosh.
Everyone was so confused. They were in ball gowns with Scullies, and it was like, did I do it?
Ball gowns and Scullies.
Did I hit the mark?
And the people who were there, why was AOC at the Met Gala?
So she could show you her back that says tax the rich at a very rich event. Okay, ironica.
Oh my gosh. I was like, the irony. Like, what are you doing, ma'am?
Yeah. You're at an event that costs $30,000 to $50,000 a plate, but yeah, I guess.
Talking about tax the rich. How'd you even get to this event, madam?
I'm like,
ay caramba.
If you really want to make a statement, you should have brought a church hat and was collecting dollars from these rich if you're there.
I'm telling you, you should have been passing that hat around. Like, since you got money to be
my theme is fill this hat.
Fill the hat for the poor. Y'all are terrible.
Yeah. And everyone was confused, and it showed in their style. And I'm like, usually you have some real standouts. Like, even Rihanna is supposed to be the alleged queen of the Met Gala and always pulls off.
She came in her blanket. She came wrapped in her blanket.
No, her friend came in a blanket. She came in a duffel bag.
He came in a quilt, handed down from generation to generation.
Was that supposed to represent the Black women that built the fabric of our name?
He came in his Adidas quilt. And then dramatically threw it off and had on like a Johnny Depp tuxedo from like Ed Wood era, like a Benny and June Johnny Depp tuxedo. I just stood out like ta-da.
I needed him to get away from me with this. I
Get away.
really did.
She just stood next to him like, wow. But I'm gonna stand beside him. Like,
oh,
what?
she really is, because we're all looking like, of all the men, you take this colorist, unattractive, blah. That's who you want to have.
Nah, man, she's definitely punking us. They didn't even kiss each other. They hugged like friends.
Is this a joke?
She gotta be punking us, guys. Just wait.
Okay.
I know she's gonna reveal that she's been punking us the whole time.
I hope this is an elaborate joke. I would get behind that.
She's secretly writing an album. That's what I believe. Secretly putting an album together and didn't want to tell nobody. And he's helping produce it.
Okay.
That's what I'm choosing to believe. I
can get behind that, because anything else just doesn't make sense to me.
Doesn't make a lick of sense.
Yeah. So even the queen of the Met Gala didn't hit. The only couple of people that I think kind of got it, I think Lupita. I mean, she always is hitting it with the fashions, but I think she got the theme because she made a ball gown out of denim. And so I think it was half, American denim jeans and half, that iconic Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears. She wore the jean dress and he wore the jean tuxedo.
Yes,
I feel like it was a nod to that too.
They had hats. Don't forget the hats.
They did. They had the whole.
They had denim hats as well.
So if that was what she was going for, I think she kind of understood the assignment.
She understood.
Okay. Another person who I think kind of understood the assignment is Sierra.
Okay. Oh yes, because she came in the football dress.
Yeah, it was a sequined football dress with a train, and then she had a bedazzled football clutch, like a literal football clutch.
Yes.
With her dude's number. So she is always repping him. He is always repping her.
She loves that man. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
She don't mind being corny as hell for that man, and I love to see it.
And it's vice versa.
You love to see it.
Corny.
You love to see it.
Yeah. So I think she got the assignment, even though I did not like the dress. I mean, lime green sequins. It's gonna be
lime green sequins, baby. I was like, good on you, but ooh.
Could have done the blue part of the Seahawks jersey. I would have done
like the blue and white. Maybe leave the green out. They got the non-green uniform.
I think it was online. I mean, what's more American than football? I get that. So I think she understood it.
And I mean, cowboy wear is pretty American, pretty traditional.
Yeah, but I mean, put on a ball gown and just put on a cowboy hat with it.
It's not the look.
That's really contrived.
We're coming as a black shadow person. What is
coming as a dementor?
Dementor.
I just
came as the shadow place.
She didn't even see the mark.
She came as the shadow realm. That's what she came.
Maybe she was like all black because like in her core she's nothing and she just sucks soul out of America. Maybe that was it.
The American way is to be a black hole.
To suck the soul out of everything. Then if that's the case, you're spot on, girl. Maybe you're best friend.
Nailed it.
And then
she's thinking on a different level than us.
Yeah. And speaking of, Kardashians, I will say that Kendall Jenner's dress, which was an homage to Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady, where she had like the bedazzled neckline and like it goes down into the dress. It was a nice dress. I mean, she got a model body, so she's gonna look good in anything. I mean, again, it was like the naked girl dress, but I'm tired of that. But I think she had the hairstyle that was similar to Audrey, like so she kind of hit it. I'll give her that much. And then the Queen Iman showed up. She just was
that Iman. I was like, what part of America is that? But I'll take it.
Yeah, I don't know what she was going for, but it's Iman and she looked amazing, so she won. As far as
I think her thing was like, don't forget who I am. That was her own thing.
I'm amazing.
She chose
America thinks they're amazing. There we go.
Okay, she chose the theme of know your place. Came in and reminded everybody who Iman is.
So as far as I'm concerned, she won.
I'm here for it. I'm here for
That's
it.
just
definitely here for it. That headpiece alone. The headpiece alone.
She looked great. And then there was a whole host of people that I don't remember a thing they wore. I feel
like Pharrell was there with his lady, and they both had on matching leather outfits with the.
I mean, don't they always do that? They're always
kind of
those
weird.
shining twins of fashion.
He'd be really tripping.
They stand there and they don't smile, and they're wearing the same outfit. You know,
that's exactly it. That was exactly it. And they were both wearing the exact same cowboy outfit, and I was just like, that's too much prepping and posturing and playing. You know, like. When we take our picture, we're going to stand beside each other and not smile. Like, I'm not about to do all that. Like, come on, get your ass in here and let's go sit down. Like, what are you doing?
So overall, this Met Gala was a fail. Outside of those few people I mentioned, it was a complete fail.
They running out of ideas, clearly.
I mean, but how? Like,
they're running out of ideas.
There's so many directions to go in terms of fashion. How could you miss the mark in such a spectacular way?
Who was in charge this year? If it was an American in charge, maybe they were like, we got to find some way to get people to love America right now.
Yeah. So
with what Trump did and what Biden is now doing, we got to remember that people really hate America right now.
But I mean, I will say, then it kind of hit the theme because it was a hot mess. And what's more American than being a hot mess?
We are a hot mess right now. Tis true.
So maybe it was on point.
They're thinking meta. We only on the surface.
We got to open our third eye. They know
it. You know, they're thinking in a whole nother realm, obviously.
Like, be a chaotic mess. And it's America.
And it's America somehow. Huh?
Yeah. So a mess. One thing that I will say though that I need to say that they definitely missed the mark on is how are you going to say the theme is America, American fashion, and yet and still you had all foreign designers. Everyone's wearing Givenchy, Balenciaga, Chanel, Hermes.
That's the American way. To outsource your work, obviously.
I'm like, there's plenty of American fashion designers. Number one, you got Tom Ford, you got Tommy Hilfiger. Like, you got all these people you could have pulled from.
Not Tommy Hilfiger. He don't make his clothes for everybody.
American designer.
Ralph Lauren.
Who
else is an American designer? Because I'm getting stumped.
There's just so many. But like, aside of that, there's a lot of American designers also in the spirit of being socially conscious, and they call themselves having more diversity at the gala. Where were all the Black designers? All of y'all Black people showed up at the Met Gala, and only a fraction of y'all were actually wearing Black fashion designers. I have a problem with that.
You know how that go.
Yeah. The only person I will give a shout out to, and he's not even a Black American, he's a Black Brit. The Formula One driver, Lewis Hamilton, he bought out a whole table at the Met and filled it with Black designers. He invited them specifically to the Met.
Okay, that's classy. Real classy.
Yeah. So I will give him kudos to that. He's a Black Brit. Get it together, Black American celebrities. How could y'all have not done that? That seems so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just, they need a whole redo on this Met Gala, or you can just not do it. Because do we need that right now?
I'm saying, was it necessary? Like
this 1% gala?
I don't understand the point of the Met Gala. What is it?
It's allegedly a charity event where all the millions that they make from this gala goes back into the Museum of Modern Art, or the Met, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, that already gets millions of donations, and none of it goes to the surrounding New York communities that could use that type of money. That's where
wow. I was already thinking that museum makes plenty of money on it.
They get millions of donations annually. Yep. And none of it goes back into that surrounding community that could use that kind of financial support in a pandemic.
Pretty tone deaf and gross.
But Again, on theme.
Pretty on theme for America, though.
Yeah. So, not impressed. Do better. We'll see what next year brings.
Do better.
Oh,
goodness.
How are we doing on time? I was going to bring up this Love and Hip Hop star that got 17 years for PP loan frauds. Have you heard about that?
Got 17 years for what?
For PPP loan fraud.
Who?
His name is Mo Fayne.
His name is what?
Mo Fayne. Do you know him?
Which Love and Hip Hop is he on?
I have no idea.
Girl, no. PP.
He took out millions on a PP loan, got it, spent it on nothing, of course, and they gave him 17 years.
Damn.
Real federal time.
Wow.
He's doing 85% of that.
Definitely doing at least what is that, 12, 13?
That's about 14, I think.
14, 15%.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people are sweating right now. Because a lot of people,
they did this foolishness.
Thought they could play with the federal government.
And got all over the internet and talked about how it could be done.
About it. Yeah.
That's the thing, right? Like they all got on the internet and they got to saying, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you get it done. And you're just like, do you not know that everybody can see you?
Like the fact that you didn't think that they were watching you the moment you got that money is just the funniest thing.
You borrowed money from the government.
Federal.
These aren't payday loans. The
federal government ever played about their money.
These are not payday loans, folks. These are bail your business out of bankruptcy loans.
Payroll.
These are payroll loans.
You think they're not going to check if you actually have people on your said payroll or not?
The government coming in like, do you think we're not going to get our money?
I know people get desperate, but common sense. It's so common.
It's because these fools went online and everybody was on the Twitter timeline explaining what you're supposed to do for PPP loans and buying
these fools who ain't got an accounting or finance degree, who don't even got a high school diploma. That's what
it's all these Forex or whatever, Forex exchange.
Oh my God. I had somebody trying to tell me about that. I was like,
and you gotta hit them with that. Back it up.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there until you don't even start.
I'm telling you, take your PPP loan, buy an LLC, registered
LLC community. I'm just so
just needed to stop.
They're the ones that are gonna be sweating right now.
You are the ones with the IRS racking your shit up as you speak. Like, just
don't hurt that they're not coming for you because you haven't heard them knocking at your door yet.
They building a case so that when they get you, there's no wiggle room. You
like,
fools.
They're not playing. These PPP loans came out mid 2020? Is that when they started?
I feel like that's when I first started hearing about it, like smack dab in the middle of the pandemic when most of these businesses were starting to cave. Most of the small businesses.
Like a little over a year later, and people have gone from arrest to sentencing. It is the quickest turnaround I've ever seen for a federal crime.
They are not playing.
They're not playing.
Government money.
They're getting back every penny.
Y'all are really on some kind of stupid.
Like, I don't know what your mind, like, how'd you not see this coming? I could see it a mile away.
And it's
the government's just going to give people millions of dollars. Yep, that's how they usually operate. They just give us things.
And it's so easy to get the list of names of people who have gotten these loans. That's public information.
I don't even want to look it up because if it's people I know, I'm just going to be so embarrassed.
That's it. Like, you just gotta leave the state and change your name and start over.
Like my friend or my auntie or something.
Oh my gosh, I see a family member on the list on the outro. Like, caramba, don't call me again.
But they are coming for these people. Yeah, they're getting all the big ones first, because that's just usually how it works. But don't think you people who got your 20,000, 30,000 ain't about to get caught up too.
Pretending you had a small business because of the LLC you bought.
And it's just your grandma and living in your back house.
Answering a separate phone line that you installed the other day. Like, go to hell. They coming for you.
Oh my gosh.
The government will be there. Knock, knock. It's reality.
And on one end of it, like, I feel bad because I know people get desperate and you don't think with critical thinking when you're desperate.
When you're under pressure. People with families, yes.
Yeah. And I know this is going to come back on like a lot of Black people who are probably desperate during these times. And then at the same time, it's like, come on, y'all got to think. Like, just think. Like this, who didn't see this coming?
Some of you didn't sit down in your thinking chairs and think.
Think.
See what happens, Steve, when you leave us. You left us, Steve.
Video came too late.
You left us, and now we got PPP loans and the government after us.
He should have dropped that as soon as those PPP loans became available.
Immediately. He's like, I know y'all got student loan debt. Me too, but please.
He said, student loan. Ain't no PPP fraud over here.
No, my debt is student loan only. And I was like, also me, Steve. I too took out ridiculous student loans to get a degree.
We all did.
Damn.
But I ain't going to jail over that.
No, I'm still making my monthly payments under my plan what is it? No, public student loan for public service loan forgiveness. That's right. I'm on that plan.
Yes, because we know the government can scam us, but we can't scam them.
No, we cannot.
So man, it's like, man,
17
I don't
years.
know what they're gonna do with all these cases. Like, there's so many. There's so
17 years.
17 whole years. So his life is a big portion of his life is just done. It's done over some foolishness. Especially like, I would see if you had used that loan to really do something. But you out here just buying cars in a pandemic. Like, where are you going? Like, there's nowhere to even go. To stunt. Like, who you stunting on?
Where are you going? You're driving to the local grocery store. Decked out.
Even stunt.
Decked out in furs and shit. Like, to buy your groceries. Just to be able to say you could. And that's the stories you'll be telling inside the clink. Yeah. Congratulations.
This stunt and clout culture.
This clout culture. It's our doom. It's our doom. It really is.
It's never that serious. For me, it could never be that serious. Never. It really could. Man.
I thought maybe this person was in Georgia, and I was like, that's the same kind of thing.
I think he was. Man, yeah. No, I don't know which housewife. Not housewife. Okay. There's so many.
Love and hip hop.
Love hip hop.
That's why I was like, that sounds like Georgia.
There's some plotting and schemes that Georgia is want to do, especially Atlanta.
To their people of color, exactly.
This is why I'm like, man, I just feel like the energy that made me not ultimately end up in Atlanta as I was initially going to. The way
it came together and kept you out of there.
Because you could not pay me to live in Atlanta in this day and age.
I would never want to go there. I would never want to go there.
It has nothing for me.
Oh my gosh.
Scheme and scam. It's just too much. And can we be adjacent? Because I could not.
No.
I just, for me, I don't like to be around like my culture, and I feel like everybody's just like scammy and
like,
I
gotta be treating my culture like I treat whites. That's exactly it.
Like, I can look at white people and be like, y'all some frauds. I don't care. But
this is a scam. You working an angle. You ain't no good. I don't want to look at my own community like that.
Yeah. And that's all you got down there.
It's terrible.
Like
they call it a black Mecca, and it's really just like, for who, bitch? Because like,
what Mecca was, that ain't what I heard.
Okay, because that is not what I thought going to Mecca was. Like, I don't know what definition you
Joanne
think
the scammers.
Joanne the scammers.
Living beyond their means. No,
every single one of them working an angle to try to look like they got this, they live this, they rich like this.
All fraudulent.
It's just, it's sad.
It is.
It's sad.
The culture down there is just, it's not good.
They just foster that whole area, just pushes that agenda.
They glorify that scam.
You ain't shit without stuff to show off. And it's like, oof, no thank you.
I just like, I couldn't live in that. That would be bad for my energy for sure.
Too toxic. Way too toxic. Like, how do you heal?
Can't trust anyone.
How do you heal your spirit in a place where you're constantly on the lookout for enemies? Nah.
You can't trust nobody.
Nah.
Yeah, but we will see how all this is gonna turn out.
It's always a week of chaos, ain't it?
It is. It never ends. So let's get out of here at this point. We've been running our mouths for far too long about the nonsense.
Okay.
I need to detox everything we just discussed.
Definitely about to go get that cocktail. Definitely.
Green tea time.
Cocktail, please.
Yes. Yes. So on that note, we will head out. We'll have our ears prepped for whatever mess is coming next week, and we'll be back to break it all down. Before we get out of here, anything you want to impart on the people, Mozby?
Just start using some more common sense, y'all. Just a little bit more common sense.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound too patronizing. That might be real condescending, but I'm just seeing a lack of basic common sense.
Yeah. Just pause, critical thinking, then proceed.
Exactly. Up your critical thinking skills. Just up your critical thinking skills a little bit. That's all.
Yes. Good. All right, y'all. So we'll head out. We'll see you next time, peeps. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.